Hi, welcome folks. I'm so glad you're here to join me, and we are going over some tips and tricks on building your landing page in GrooveFunnels. So today I want to cover adding a color overlay and some hover effects on your pages to make them stand out a little bit more and go with your branding. So join me. You might hear my dogs in the background. It's just a kind of a lazy Monday evening, but we're going to spend it together learning some sales funnels. All right? If you're with me, stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm seriously going to try to record this without my dogs going. There it goes. You know, it's rare to have some time where they're quiet. So I'm going to try to do it over the sound of their playtime. And if you love dogs, you're totally on my wavelength and we can get through this together and you understand. So anyway, let's see what she does, if she lets me keep going. I want to talk to you about adding sort of image overlays to your background images, okay? To kind of get this effect where this is all, this is just an image, a regular image I got off like Pexels or Unsplash or Shutterstock or something like that. And I added this sort of coloration without having to edit the image itself. And I've even got this thing where if you hover over it, it sort of has this sort of color animation easing thing. Okay, so in GrooveFunnels, it's super easy. You just go to your site, obviously. We won't go over that because I've covered that in some other videos. Please check out my channel if you want some more tutorials on how to use GrooveFunnels. But I'm going to assume you're at this point where you're just sort of diving in and you understand a little bit about what's going on. So the first thing that you would do is sort of highlight your section. Now you can see that this green box highlights what section you're editing. That's obviously not the section we want to edit because that just covers this area. So let's try to get that. And you can see the container is this whole area. Now I have chosen an image already in there, so you can go in and you can kind of, let me back up for a second. Make sure you're in expert mode or you won't see these, just in case you're like, I don't see what you're seeing, Jen. But essentially just choose an image and you can upload one. I have a few uploaded already and I've chosen this one. When you are uploading an image, what you want to do for a background image is go over here to a place called optimizilla.com and upload your file to up to this site, and it will automatically shrink it for you. Not your size, you know, it'll still be the same size, but the size of the overall file, right? So it will look the same or look similar, and you can kind of see you know, any changes. It'll show you, it'll preview any changes. So if there's any loss in the value of it or the quality of it, you'll be able to adjust it for that. But it'll make up the file size smaller so that your page loads faster, and that's kind of one of my little tricks there. Somebody else turned me onto that years ago, and I've been using it ever since. It's very handy. So this has already gone through that, just so that you don't have monstrous file sizes. See, this is a big pixel width and height, but my file size is not, you know, like 9 megabytes or anything like that. It's smaller. So let's select that. And then we go over here to get my gradient. I go to the color background. And I choose my color. And I can choose it by the RGB or the hex number. Or I can just kind of pick it right here. Or this is kind of a neat little feature. If you've got some saved presets on here, it'll give you values for those presets. And so I just pick that. And then I want to choose this opacity, okay? So if I choose 0% opacity, then it covers it completely. All the way to 100, which, why are you setting it if you're going to do 100? But regardless. So I just kind of choose what I want it to look like. And maybe I want it a little more orangey for this. Hard to say, but let's go with that for now. And I simply just click out of it, click the X, and there it is. Now if I want to do sort of this kind of hover animation, I go over to hover right here in states and background, and I choose maybe just a different value for it. So it's a little different. Choose a 50% or maybe even dark, maybe let's go real dark. There we go. And then it's automatically, you can hit save. Sometimes it'll, if you wait long enough, it'll automatically save. But you can hit saved and then do a little preview and see if you like it. You can see if I hover over it, it gives it sort of a little animation. So that's essentially it. Let me show you what it looks like without that. In order to get out of hover, you just click on it. But let me show you what it looks like just to get out of that overlay. And you can simply click on this to get rid of the color altogether. And then you have your hover if you like. Really up to you. But that's just a quick little tidbit on how to put that color overlay in your background, and it gives it a little bit of punch. And so play around with it, let me know what you think of it. Make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the notifications button. I'll be coming out with these kind of quick tutorials and tips for you, and maybe you'll hear more of my dogs in the background, and if you're lucky I might introduce you. But you gotta be a friend first, because they don't like strangers, you know what I mean? So thank you for joining me. Hope this helps. Have a great one.